Hey everybody, it's me, Dan Gvozden from Amazing Spider Talk, and I'm here today to do an unboxing video or unwrapping video of these lovely United States Postal Service priority mail packages of about 200 comics that I ordered from the Hall of Comics, an online source that had a great sale going. It was buy 5, get 2 free, so 7 altogether, and I went crazy. And I got a lot of Spider-Man comics, so I hope you'll join me as I open up these beauties and see what's inside. I mean, I know what's inside, but you're gonna find out now, and I'm gonna get to take a look at them for the first time. You'll notice that each of them are labeled with a number 1 through 17. That's 17 packages, and I couldn't be more excited to see what's inside. So first up is Webspinners Tales of Spider-Man, starting with issue number 1 and working through issue number 11. These are some really great comics, and they're written by some of the most famous Spider-Man writers of all time. You've got JMD starting off the first arc. Then you've got some Eric Stevenson, not as big of a writer, but still doing some good stuff. And then you've even got people like Joe Kelly, who would come on to write some of my favorite Spider-Man stories, doing kind of early work there. Really nice condition on these comics sent to me. You've even got some early Paul Jenkins stuff on here, which is a real treat, anybody that's read Paul Jenkins' run. In package 2 are a bunch more Webspinner Tales of Spider-Man issues, including more from Paul Jenkins, and Jimmy Palmiotti and J.J. Jones doing the art on that one. We've got some early Mackie stuff writing these few issues. We've got, La Rosa, and, one of my favorites here, Frenz makes an appearance with Tom DeFalco here, back again for a new Webspinners. And they got a couple issues in here. And then that rounds out the end of the Webspinners in this collection. Now we've also got some friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, including this annual here, some stuff from the other, all from Peter David, Mike Waringo, really fun stuff. I'm not a big fan of the writing in this run, but I am trying to collect every mainline story of Spider-Man, so this has got to be a big part of it. Package 3 contains a bunch more friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, more of the Civil War stuff. That arc where like the future Goblin fought the future Spider-Man, and then an alternate universe Uncle Ben came back and murdered someone and then was promptly forgotten about. Hard to forget that storyline, but you've got, some great artwork going on in here and some great covers. It's not a great story, but what can you do? Okay, package 4 has got some more high-priced stuff, like a Web of Spider-Man annual with some great backups, and another Web of Spider-Man annual. In fact, this one hasn't even been opened before. I bet it still has the new character trading card on the inside. Here's another one, some Maximum Carnage stuff, and then just some regular issues of Web of Spider-Man going on, slip-sliding away. A pretty fun series if you kind of want to dig into the sillier stuff of Spider-Man. And boom, the rose. Package 5 is more of the same, some nice Web of covers, Mad Dog Ward stuff, Cosmic Journeys, tribute to teenagers issue just like from the Ditko era. Issue 50. So much I gotta jam it in. Package 6 is more of the same. We got Web of Spider-Man 76, through some issues. We got the Demogoblin making some appearances. The Hobgoblin's back. Did he ever go away, really? And then my favorite, Facade. Some of the first Spider-Man issues I ever owned. And then the Clone Saga starts kicking off. Package 7 continues the Web of Spider-Man with great Web of Life story into some of the more meaty stuff on the Clone Saga. And then it turns into Sensational Spider-Man annuals. And just Sensational Spider-Man in general. Package 8 continues the Sensational Spider-Man with some Dan Gvozden, Todd Dezago, Swarm, more Swarm, Gaunt. I never really liked Gaunt, but it is what it is. Another new Prowler. Package 9, again more Sensational Spider-Man from Todd Dezago and various illustrators, mostly Mike Wieringo, who we love. Spider Hunt. Identity Crisis. Black Cat. Here we are at package 10 with more Sensational Spider-Man, rounding out the end of this with the Gathering of 5 before the reboot, which skipped back about 9 numbers, weirdly enough, for some kind of Ant Monsters Takeover New York thing, Civil War, and all those really cool covers. Back in Black. And we're coming up on my favorite soon. Yep. To Have and to Hold, one of the best issues of Spider-Man ever. Package 11 has a bunch of Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows issues. I stopped reading this around issue 12 and read the rest digitally, but decided, you know, I'd like to kind of finish out that collection and not have it be a weird hole that I had. I don't love these issues. They're not terrible, but they're not as good as they were when the series first started. So this kind of pretty much fills up that collection. But then we start filling in holes in my Spectacular Spider-Man run, and that has me a lot more excited because I love me some Spectacular Spider-Man, especially once we're getting into the Tombstone era. But what I love more than anything else is filling out some Paul Jenkins run, this time on Spectacular Spider-Man, because that's what they had, and these are some awesome issues. I like The Hunger more than most people. Countdown's pretty fun too, even if I don't love the new Doc Ock design. But these are some great stories. Paul Jenkins, you just can't really go wrong with him writing Spider-Man. Well, maybe not entirely. Disassembled is really weird. Package 13 has more of Jenkins' run of Spider-Man. Well, until it's not his run anymore. And then it is his run again for the final old issue. Then I've got some regular old Spider-Man here, some Eric Larson Spider-Man. Can't go wrong. I love his stuff. Got some new costumes that are really cool. And you've got some team-ups going on with the Sinister Six, including GOG, which we got in a recent issue. So yeah, you got Cosmic Spider-Man or Phoenix Spider-Man. I mean, can you really go wrong with this issue, even one covered in guns? Next up, we've got some stuff from Spider-Man Unlimited, Tom DeFalco's. Great cover. Then we've got some other Spider-Man Limited. I was curious in checking these out. Package 15 came from the future. It's full of Spider-Man 2099 issues. Almost the entire run. I had a few of these before, but I thought, why not? Let's get all of Spider-Man 2099. I mean, Lord knows they're going to make a movie out of this one of these days. And then a couple of issues of the Superior Spider-Man, which I didn't have. Package 16 has a few more Spectacular Spider-Man in it. Sin Eater stuff, which is timely. And then don't blame me for this, but it also has all of Chapter 1 in it. Because if you're going to collect Spider-Man, why not collect the failed reboot of his origin? And it's John Byrne. So, I mean, worth checking out. And then last and definitely not least, in package 17, we've got the end of chapter 1. And you know, let's end things on a much better picture with the original issues of Spider-Man Blue, which I'm so happy to own again, but this time in these great covers. All in all, I think it's money well spent. Less than $200 for all of these comic books, and I'm gonna have a lot of good times with them. So remember during this time of the coronavirus to support your local comic book stores, whether they have deals or not. They need our support. And hey, maybe you'll get some awesome Spider-Man comics out of it. Thanks for watching. I'm Dan Gvozden from Amazing Spider Talk. Hope you're having a great week.